And if you guys have like a place we could put this somewhere where people can buy them, it's like a fundraiser.
It would be nice if I
could do that.
From Erie's own Government Access, Channel 9, from the City Hall Council Chambers, it's time once again for the Taxpayers Hotline Show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your host.
You want to do the intro?
Hi. Welcome to Taxpayers Hotline. That's all I got.
Wow, that was about 2 weeks off, and look what happened.
That was both creepy and educational.
Yes, it was. You forgot to introduce yourself as the Marvelous DJ.
I am not the Marvelous DJ.
Well, people asked me, they said, who is the guy that sits next to you?
Yeah, the guy that never talks. I don't know. That's DJ. That's me. I'm DJ. And this is Kaz, the host of the show.
You could be the Shadow.
Only he knows.
Yeah, ever since I got Sirius Radio, I've been listening to the Shadow now.
Really? They replay that?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So,
Sweet.
Yep. What do you think?
I think that nothing is off limits as long as it's in good taste.
There you go.
See how good I am?
Anything in 2 weeks jogged your mind?
No, I was taking a nap for the last 2 weeks. Well, I'm back.
It's amazing. Summer seems to be, well, we're still in the festival season. We haven't finished them all yet.
Yeah, there's a few. I don't have a list of them, but I know there's still some.
You know what we need in the middle of winter? A Norwegian festival.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Norwegian, Nordic, something with Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Viking boats.
I could go for that.
That'd be cool. Let's do it.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, guys. Welcome back.
Yeah, we had that 1 week was we were off because of holiday, I think it was.
Yeah, one was a holiday, and then one.
And then one I had to be traveling because my kids all live out of town, so it doesn't work. You know, I have to sometimes get out of town. Sorry about that, though.
You go up to, is that Minnesota you go up to, Cal?
Sometimes, not this trip though. I was on East Pennsylvania this time.
Oh, well, I'd love to go up to, anywhere upper Wisconsin, Minnesota during the summer. I just heard it's just great up there during the summer.
Yeah, my daughter lives outside of Minneapolis, and I was surprised. That city's in the middle of nowhere, but it has a lot of good stuff going on there. Plus, there's a lot of things like in, like you said, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
We went down to that Door County one year. That's pretty good.
They have good jobs.
I basically drove through there. I took the long way to the West Coast one time, and I went up 90 to 94 and went over that way, going to northern tier, heading towards the West Coast.
You went through the Dakotas too, or?
Oh, yeah.
That's always a fun trip.
South Dakota, North Dakota. I can't remember if it was North Dakota or South Dakota at 94. Yeah, it was such a long time ago. I'd have to look at the map again.
Yeah, it's fun though. I like going to different places.
Great ride. Anyhow, I seen the Sears store is closing. Do you see that?
The what?
Sears up at the mall.
What about they closed?
They're going to close. Yeah, I heard that on the news this afternoon.
Well, I tell you what, that didn't. I was telling somebody yesterday. We were talking about it in Kohl's. I said, Sears is probably going to be on the chopping block. That's been rumored. They're talking about JCPenney, Sears, and the bad part is if Sears goes down, the bigger problem is going to be we're going to lose Kmart probably. So I mean,
Sears are interconnected.
Now you got Grandview Plaza sitting there without a grocery store and maybe a department store.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they said that Sears. They were not so much at the mall store, but they were talking about in other stores around the country. They had very limited merchandise. The stores were looking outdated. Things weren't working. No employees in there hardly. And they hired CEO after CEO, and nothing happened. And I think it's that, and I think a lot of people are buying on the internet, and I think that's all hurting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a problem, for the mall. That's a huge anchor. But indirectly, if Kmart's go down, I mean, think all the Kmart's we got.
Well, see, I don't know, kind of frustrating because that seems to be the root of the problem, where people are just so lazy that they don't even want to shop anymore. go out. They just want to sit at home and order what they want.
Well, one of the problems with online shopping is, unless they've corrected it, I don't think they have, you get a 6% discount by not paying taxes a lot of times. And a lot of people, they were talking about the Best Buy phenomena. They go up there and they look at the TVs, they try the TVs, they ask the salesperson all kinds of questions, then they buy it on Amazon.
Yeah.
And, your brick and mortar stores, they're just not going to make it. And it's a different generation. I think you're right. It's a different generation. They don't like to look at the bookstores. We have no bookstores hardly.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, that's going to be a blow if that takes out the Kmart's with it, and it probably will. We got like 4 in the county, or?
I don't know.
We got one in Harbor Creek, one in Erie,
one Harbor Creek, and
one west, and the one up at. It's not going to be pleasant.
I'm thinking there's 3 Kmart's, right?
At least I think I'm missing one. There's Harbor Creek.
Yep.
West Side, Grandview.
Grandview.
That's it. Did I miss one somewhere?
Peach Street one closed a while back.
Yeah, 3. A lot of towns don't have Kmart's and Walmart's in the same town. We were fortunate. But yeah, that's going to be. That's not good news for the city when we lose another store. But I mean, overall in the area. If you take if Penny's goes out, or one of them, like they're rumoring, if you read Wall Street Journal, or you read MSN on the internet, talking about all the places that could go out.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, I'm thinking it's probably the part of the problem is the people just don't have the buying power that they used to, especially here in Erie.
Yeah, but this was a problem with Sears all over the country. So, it's not just I don't know if Erie was a problem as much as their whole overall business plan.
Guys, it comes down to low wages across the country. This isn't just an Erie problem. I mean, across the country, people are trying to survive on $8-9 an hour, and it just ain't happening.
Yep, and that's probably why they're buying on Amazon.
Yep. I mean, we gotta change the wage structure in this country somehow, and get the unions back to where they were at one time. And maybe we'll put some money in people's pockets, and then we can, maybe Sears would survive.
Well, there's no doubt about it. If you go. I've been watching around town, I call it the secondary thing is, the people when they have a lot of money or they're doing well, you see them at the movie theaters, you'll see them at the restaurants, you'll see them at the ball game, and yeah, the hockey team's doing well, but every once in a while, you see less people at certain events or at the movies, And think about Erie. We only have one movie theater.
Yeah.
That's not a
That's supply and demand because people just don't have the cash to go to the movies like they used to.
Yeah, I went yesterday, and I don't know if it's because of football, but the place was empty. That's I mean.
Well, see, Kaz, I probably mentioned this before. This is something that big business and the Republicans do not understand. You have to put money in people's pockets that are going to spend the money.
Yeah,
the mid class, lower class people.
It seems like
they're going to spend it.
Well, they do put it in their pockets, but not the pockets where we want it to go. It's in their pockets. I remember reading a book on Henry Ford, and the reason why Henry Ford paid his people so well is because he wanted them to spend money and buy his product too.
Yes.
He saw the value in, and not only that, if you paid your people, they were less likely to go to the competitor. So, you had an experienced work staff.
Yeah.
But I guess those days are gone,
Well, Kaz, they got to come back at some point.
We hope. I mean,
Because, there's just no more middle class anymore, and you see what it's doing to this town, and probably to Ashtabula and Dunkirk or...
Every week I find 3 more people I know have either gone out of the area or gone out, outside the city.
Yep. It's just, something's got to change in this country. And And like I said, if the Republicans get in charge, it ain't happening because they're gonna keep the status quo. I swear to God, they will.
Yeah, well, that's why, it's no secret. I think the G problem comes down to right to work.
Yep.
It's
It's big business versus a little guy, and big business is winning, and something's got to change, Cass, because it's getting frustrating, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and when people don't have money to spend, that means there's the other people that run the specialties. The people that run restaurants, run little stores, people that do other things like cut grass and different things. All those things go down the tube. It's like a big spin-off effect.
Yeah.
Yep. So you'll just have all the rich living in these mansions with 15-foot gates around them and security dogs and electric fence.
Yeah.
Have all the poor people running around trying to fend for themselves.
The gated community.
Coming down to.
Yep.
That's sad, Kaz. That's got to change. But
yeah, that's sad news. They confirmed it, though. That Sears is leaving, huh?
Yeah, they're going to try and get a new tenant in the mall, but
who are you going to get,
Yeah.
Hey, Sears has been around in Erie. I mean, I remember it down on 10th Street when I was a kid. And
well, yeah, it's an American institution. I mean, when you think about, if J.C. Penney's goes, and there's rumors about that one, and so even some of the trendy stuff is in trouble. Like I was reading about it. What was it? Not so much Old Navy, but like Gap and the different stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and then if that Kmart and the Grandview Plaza goes, that plaza, that's say goodbye to that place.
right now, I mean, there's a big hole without the grocery store.
Yeah, so you lost the grocery store, then you'll lose Kmart, and what are those other little shops going to do?
Yep.
You bye too.
Yeah, you won't have any draw there,
Yep. So I'll let you guys go. Let somebody else talk.
Hey, thanks for the tip, though.
Yeah.
Yep. Bye-bye.
So how do we fix it? What do we do? How do we change everything and everyone?
With Sears, that was kind of like their own downfall, but
Well, for them, but I mean, like in general.
that's the $1 million question. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah. What about neighborhoods in Erie that seem to be getting infested with mice?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's no mice program by the county anymore. Did you know that?
Well, 22nd Street, they're building all these elderly places. They're tearing down all these houses and rebuilding on both blocks.
Where's that at?
From down there are all moving into the other neighborhoods.
Where did they tear down houses? On
Sarah Reed Center and Lutheran Home there, they're taking over both blocks between Sassafras and Myrtle.
Oh, you mean where the old Legion Club was and all that?
Oh, they tore them down, and if you go across 22nd Street,
Yeah.
between Myrtle and Sassafras, it's all taken. Every house there is taken over by the nursing homes.
Wow.
Out the building more, the pounding of the grounds, we hear it every day.
And they're having mice problems?
Every person, I've talked to 8 people in this neighborhood, every one of them have been infested with mice.
That's on you're saying on 22nd Street, right?
Yep. We're used to it in the winter, as it gets cold, maybe get
Yeah.
1 or 2 field mice trying to come in. But these people are seeing 7, 8 mice, within the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, the problem is, some of the problem, like where I live, was caused by fields that were, weren't being cut and everything.
Right.
But I can see that problem. The trouble is that there used to be a county baiting program, and they got rid of that some time ago. So you're kind of on your own. I hate to say that. You would probably have to either hire an exterminator or, try to take care of the problem yourself, which is not simple. The county used to bait. They had a program, but that's gone. They used to bait fields and then post them, and they would bait it.
I suggest the city do something because you're losing every business downtown. You're losing Sears. You're renaming the ballpark because you're losing business down there, and somebody had to take it over.
Well, what happened with that one was the new owner wants to wants to do some things with the ballpark?
Yeah, we all know how it is. Earrings for sale. Whoever's got the most money.
Well, that's true. I mean, when you look at these ballparks now in the major leagues, some of them, they only have a couple-year window on the name. Whoever pays the most gets the name on there.
That's right. But the thing is, the city is dying and becoming a rodent-infested place. Nobody's going to move in here. Let's close some more schools. Who's going to want to come here to start a business?
We're going to have to probably get together with the county. That's under their banner, some of those issues, and see what the heck is. Because I know they used to have a program where they would actually come in and try to eradicate problems.
Yeah.
Because under Pennsylvania, that's usually the counties take care of that. But let me make a note here and see if we can.
And these people are not dirty. I'm not saying they're dirty.
Oh, no.
But they're.
No, well, mice will find a way. They goes from where? Sassafras to how far?
Myrtle.
Sassafras all the way over to Chestnut, 22nd Street. Is being infested, except for the nursing homes who are using their expert money to get rid of everything.
Yeah.
For the downtrodden people who are trying to make a living in this town.
Is it mostly on 22nd, or does it go like up or down a block too?
Keep together. Have a good day, guys.
Okay. I missed that last one.
Well, we can just get over there and take a look, take a drive.
I know they're building over there.
Yeah.
Luther was.
Well, it's probably kicking up a lot of it. Kicking them out of where they were.
Well, when they were building up on my side of town, they
Yeah.
were kicking out the deer and everything. And the woodchucks. And
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, the problem is
What's that?
those mice have to sign up for the ACA Act,
What's that?
Affordable Care Act.
Oh.
I mean, everybody else is getting it, so they say.
Yeah, one thing about, when you got empty fields or building projects, that'll kick. And like I told the gentleman.
The county exec who's a Democrat now.
Well, the county used to have a baiting program years ago.
Berenger did a great job. She's a real conscientious lady.
Was she the one that did it?
Well, no, she's the head of the health department.
Yeah, they used to have they cut it. They cut the funding, but they used to actually come out and they were very careful with, trying to determine.
They have to be careful, right? And they had to get permission to where they were baiting.
Right, but they would try to throw them down into holes and.
Well, that's true.
Keep them away from pets.
But you knock all these buildings down, and you're just going to move your rodents from one to another.
Yeah, well, that's the old saying in the South with the bugs they get.
Yeah.
The exterminator comes in one house, it goes in another, and then you just play the game. But that's, I could see the frustration, though, because.
Well, yeah, you'll see frustration, but as soon as it's all cleared out and they have nowhere to go, they'll just disappear.
I can tell you, it's a heck of a problem if you're dealing with 7 of them.
That's true, but hey, Chivers down there, I see they're putting in those sewer lines.
Where, on 38th Street?
I never saw any bids for that. Was that out for bids?
You mean on
38th Street? Looks like they're going from Pine Avenue all the way up to around the other side of East Avenue.
Yeah, there would have been, probably the water department would have done them, though.
Isn't that sewer?
Huh? No, it's water, I was told.
Water? Okay.
Yeah, so, that would have been, the water authority would have, put them out.
Uh-huh.
I'll double check. I was told it was water lines.
Well, it might be.
Because I heard from some business people they're going down Pine Avenue next.
Yeah, they got a real bunch of equipment there. And I'll tell you what, they're working real safe, too.
Yes, they are. And, the trouble is, all those problems are,
Well, I'm glad they're doing it now before the state comes in and repaves it all.
Well, the rumor is that next year they're supposed to repave them.
That's true.
That might have triggered it.
Well, it would help, and I hope that the gas company and everyone else.
Well, a couple business people were a little unhappy, and I said I would find out for them, but because they didn't like to. There may be some issues around Christmas time. They're still going to be there on maybe Pine.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's got to be fixed, and if the state's coming in and repaving next year.
True.
I'm not sure if they're going to do Pine, but 38th Street, I think, is on the agenda.
Down on Pine Avenue in that area. You got a drugstore, you got an Arby's, you got a insurance carrier there, you got a new Tim Hortons. A little bit of inconvenience for a permanent improvement. That's how it should be.
Well, the nice thing is I can still get in my. I use bare hands, and I had no trouble getting in there.
Well, you got a good deal with them because they'll deliver.
But so far it hasn't been a problem. The only problem is a little bit in Tim Hortons. You have to remember to. It causes some backups.
Those people coming in and out of Tim Hortons, they have no brains.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. But once you settle down and you relax, it's pretty workable to get around those cones.
True. I mean,
you just have to wait a little bit. You're not going to get out right away.
I see they finally remilled East Avenue. Did the city have to pay for that?
I think that went out to bid. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that contractor that said that new I don't know how you want to call it.
That micro
surface. It was going to last.
Yeah, that was too many. I think that's too many years ago to go back at him.
Well, he put it in writing, didn't he? That he would replace it if it didn't work out?
I'm not sure, John, on that one, but that was a mistake. We all know that.
It was. Well, our new fire chief, I don't think he has any brains.
Why? What's the matter?
Well, there was a place up here, they have an old steel rim from a big truck. And it's not covered, and they're using it to burn firewood.
Who's doing that?
There's a person down there, and I talked to Rob Bush. And he was going to relay it to the fire chief.
That's like a lot of the college kids do the same thing. And
they're not. Well, yeah, but see, the thing that's really disgusting was an old retired fireman. He called them and told them because he's getting the smoke too.
Yeah.
And the chief goes down and tells him it's a barbecue. The guy said it was his barbecue. Can you buy that?
No, not really.
Neither could I.
But, interpreting rules in this town has been getting a little shaky.
I guess so. Hey, that place that used to be in El Pres, is it Northern Lights?
Yeah.
Or was the police and the fire used to buy their gear and everything?
Right.
I thought I went by there and they're gone.
I don't get up that way.
Right on 14th Street.
They may have moved somewhere else.
I couldn't believe that.
Are they up at the mall now?
I don't know. But I knew they went in after El Pres moved out.
I thought they were, there was a store at the mall that the...
Well, they used to have a store way out on West 12th and Pittsburgh Avenue on the south side of the street.
I know the policemen were going up to the mall for a while because that's where they...
Maybe they moved out of downtown and went to the mall.
Yeah, but that was a while back when they were at the mall, too. I think the plan was for them to have a store downtown, too.
Well, I thought they went in the old El Pres. I think there were Northern Lights or something in there. But because I used to get my light for my stream light flashlight.
It wasn't Northern Lights was for police and fire, too, wasn't it?
They used to be on the west side, then they moved downtown Erie where El Pres used to be. And I went by there the other day, and they were gone. So I don't know what is going on with the old town. But it's nice that gentleman was saying that Democrats are at fault. I think he was a little bit preconceived there that the Democrats are putting us down into below middle class. I think it's just the idea itself. People have to go use their own money and use their own intuition and put business into the city. That will take care of everything.
It just seems like nobody wants to come into the city, though.
No.
And we have to do a better job of trying to persuade them.
Well, the only way we're going to do that is we got to knock on Harkin's door, Flo's door.
I mean, you look up by, you look at along the 38th Street corridor or Pine Avenue,
Yeah.
And Grandview Plaza right now, empty,
Yeah. And that's where I just seen a couple of those free pizza. Give us a text and win a free pizza up there on Grandview now on the north side of the street.
Yeah, we got to get business to, be willing to come into downtown. I mean, the city, anywhere, you know.
It's true.
But
You know, the county, they want to run everything, and I don't know. It's going to end somewhere. When that well goes dry, there's not going to be any more money. The well is dry.
well, it's interesting that the casinos on the east side of the state, one of them is challenging.
The $10 million ticket or whatever.
Yeah, that was a big story on out there by Allentown because the amount.
It just got about a half inch in that fish wrap paper we have.
Oh yeah, they had a nicer article in the Allentown Call. It was well documented about. They mentioned how they don't like the $10 million payout. They would go for a percentage.
Yeah, the percentage that they're paying more than $10 million, let's say, dues every year than what they're bringing in the realization.
Yeah, which is why everybody's enjoying the money they're getting from there, but everything's got its time and place.
Well, I know we're 2-0 and you're 0-2.
You mean football?
Yeah.
Actually, I solved my problem. I'm getting. I'm not going to go with DirecTV, so I got this other option now.
For the Cubs.
So I can watch it. Huh? The Cubs?
You're going to root for the Cubs.
No. I'm an Indian fan.
Well, maybe this will be the end of the year. Maybe they'll barbecue the goat.
Yeah, you know, the trouble is, it looked like it was starting to look like maybe we had a chance to see Chicago and Cleveland play in the World Series.
I doubt that very much.
Why?
Cleveland just lost their number 2 pick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Prior to that, they lost 2 pitchers this past week.
And the whole thing here is they always take the gas.
No, they don't.
1954.
Yeah, John, that's true. But there was 1920, 1948. 54, they got beat by a giant team, unbelievable. After they set the Major League record.
I think they won 113 games.
It was Miracle on Coogan's Bluff.
Yep.
That's what beat them. You know, it was, what was it, the great catch?
Yeah, old Willie.
The catch off Vic Wirtz and...
Yep.
And Bob Feller went like dead that series.
Yeah, Bob Feller was one of the best.
Yeah, but he might have blown part of his career in the Navy, remember?
Bob Feller had a Yankee uniform on.
Now, if he hadn't gone in the Navy, he would have had his 300 victories.
Oh, definitely.
He spent, 3 years in the Navy?
Yeah, you know, I talked to him one time, and he said they had the best World Series team over there over in the Pacific.
Probably, you're probably right.
Because everybody was over there. DiMaggio was there, Bob was there, all the good ones was there. Ted Williams.
The thing with Feller, though, he was actually on a combat ship.
Yeah.
He wasn't taking it easy.
No, he wasn't. He that's the kind of attitude. You know, people didn't like him. I kind of liked him.
He's a little crusty, but
Remind me of my dad.
He was a little crusty, but he was. He never. He gave out autographs without charging for them.
It was right to the point. Well, I had to redo my TV set this morning this afternoon because we must have sunspots.
Why? What's wrong?
The cable isn't coming in.
Really?
And it almost looks like the scramble is trying to work. So I had to reset mine.
You got Time Warner?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do that. You just got to pull the plug and let it find the channels again.
Yeah. And I had to give it a little boost, but other than that, you hang in there, Mayor. Don't let the county take over.
No, we're set. Hey, when are you going to come on the show with us?
Well, I had a couple things to do today, and I had to go
seat.
get some surgery and everything else. But
yeah, we got a seat for you over here, John.
Okay. Probably. Let's see. Probably during the Oktoberfest month.
Okay.
But I'll be there.
Hey, I saw before you go off the air, I saw some weird pictures on Facebook.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't recognize the guy.
You mean the guy with the...
No, I think you ate that guy.
The guy that looked like he got smacked up and all that with the picture?
I think you ate that guy. Your sister, she must have found him. That must be one of her boyfriends or something.
The picture with the bow tie?
Well, yeah, but that football picture, too.
Oh, yeah, that picture was taken right after a football game. It was kind of beat up.
I got to figure a way to put it on the... we got to put it on the show here.
Oh, boy, don't do that.
See you, John.
Well, Buzz told me that today they wouldn't allow that in
What's that?
because of my nickname.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We're not going to say it over the air.
I won't. So, well, have a good one.
Okay. Yeah, use the...
I was going to say, I couldn't find this Northern Lights store that you were talking of. There's nothing
Maybe they
listed.
changed the name. It's
Yeah, there's nothing
I'll ask the policeman now where they buy their stuff.
Yeah.
See, it's all under what they call a bid thing. Like they promise they're going to sell shirts to our guys.
Yeah,
And at a set price, plus carry the equipment they need.
right.
That's a specialty thing.
Yeah.
Like when El Press was in town, you would see Mill Creek and various fire departments, and
Yeah,
they carry those kind of shirts and the various leather accoutrements, and the special flashlights, all that stuff.
so they have to buy their own gear?
Well, they get a clothing allowance,
Okay.
and they get so much a year.
Yeah.
If they want more, they have to buy it on their own, but
Sure.
it's for wear and tear, because, if you're on the job, you're going to get a couple of rips.
Yeah, you definitely are going to get some rips.
Yeah, and not your own fault,
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, what'd you do with that big guy, Ron Stepka?
He's on the injured list. He's on the 60-day injured list. He's actually doing well. I saw him a couple of weeks ago. I went up to visit him. He had some problem on his street. We got that straightened out, but he had some surgery. He'll be back. I'll tell him you were asking about him.
Yeah, all right, good.
Yeah, he's welcome. He just said he had some. You remember what he told us? It was
I think it was a knee.
knee or something like that. So he's recouping.
And about 21st Street, tell everybody to buy a cat. Problem solved.
Oh, I mean about
Huh?
The 22nd.
about the mice.
Buy a cat.
Buy a cat. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, it's funny where there's cats, you don't have the problem.
There's lots of cats in shelters. Everybody can go adopt a cat.
You know what I noticed? I noticed some hawks were out. Are you still on the phone? Oop, you must have hung up. There were hawks out. Big hawks. And all of a sudden the mice disappeared.
Yeah. Need some more wildlife out there to take care of the mice.
Yeah, these were big hawks. I mean, there was two of them up in the telephone. You'd see them swoop down and...
We should go adopt a bunch of cats and then just give them to all the people on 22nd Street. Here you go. You just got a cat. No more mice. Make
Yeah,
it happen.
They are good.
It's a new city initiative. Free cats for everyone.
We don't need any more bad news, though, do we? We need some good news.
News is what you make it.
That's
we have
true.
to start just making good news. We have to do things.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Cass, how you doing?
Good.
I called you last fall. I'm visiting down there. My daughter I'm from Buffalo. We had a thing out in Buffalo back in the 90s about the rats up there. And the city went around and gave everybody those great big plastic coats. One to a house or two if you had like two or three apartments in them.
What'd they give him? You cut out for a minute.
Totes. Those great big plastic totes.
Totes.
With their garbage in.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
And that worked up there pretty good.
Yeah, what he's saying happened up there. He said they were, and I know they're tearing out some buildings in the area, and they're probably rousting up some of the mice that are,
Yeah.
dug in, but...
And plus, a lot of people put their garbage out early, too, and they put them on those plastic bags. Rats eat right through them and get to the garbage.
Yeah.
That's another thing I wanted to ask you. I told my daughter I was going to ask you. Why do you guys collect your garbage in the nighttime down here?
Why do we do it at nighttime?
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that. I have to profess. It's always been that way, but...
Because I've noticed whenever I go out to bring my daughter's garbage cans in, half the garbage is still in it. You can't see it nighttime right to do it.
No, I notice in different towns I've been in,
Yeah.
Allentown, well, the Allentown area, not the town itself, but they pick up my son's garbage like early in the morning.
Yeah.
My daughter in Minnesota, it's still light.
Yeah.
Mississippi, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a daytime too, but yeah, for some reason we've always been at the nighttime.
Because somebody told me once in one of the stores I go to down here that they were talking about the traffic. And I told them, Christ, we got 10 times the traffic up Buffalo and check our garbage up in the daytime up there.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think it would really, like on my street, if they did it day or night, it wouldn't affect it much.
Yeah, that's where my daughter lives on 9th and Cherry, so.
Yeah, that's a good question, but I've never,
You think you'd want it during the day because people
ever
are
since I've been a
sleeping
kid.
at night.
Well, here's a good one. They used to actually go in your backyard and collect the garbage when I was a young man. Do you remember that, sir?
Yeah.
They'd actually go back there, haul your cans out. Then they said, no, that you have to, bring them out to the curb.
Yeah.
Why do we pick up at night? That's a good question.
Yeah, I'd like to
We
know
got a
that.
thing. We got a thing up there where if you put your garbage out too early, you get fined too. So you got to put it out today collection.
Well, we're supposed to have we have what they call a 24-hour rule, but I can tell you they rarely go after people that put it out earlier.
Hey, how do you guys handle big ticket items like couches and TVs and all that stuff?
They pick them up. We have 3 pickups up there. One in the spring, one in the late summer, and one just before winter comes.
3 big.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you right in Buffalo per se?
Yeah. I'm right down. I'm close to downtown Buffalo. I live about 5 blocks from the old rock pile.
Ooh, near Best and Jefferson.
Yep. I live on Rollers and Dodge.
Man, I remember that old place.
Yeah. I talked about it last fall when I called you, talking about the bills.
Yeah, I had a friend. My dad had a friend that owned a tavern in Blaisdell.
Oh, yeah, right around 20 or 5. That's right around 20, probably.
Yeah, he was right near the Royal Motel where they used to practice.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Years ago, I don't even know if the motel's there anymore, but I remember we used to take the bus from his place because nobody wanted to park at the old rock pile, so he would take a bus to the stadium, from some of these taverns and bars, and
Yeah.
he has a little beef on whack on the bus, and life was great.
They tore the old rock pile down. What you got down there now, you got a big league football field. We're all supposed to put a new field in down there.
I wish I would have got a piece of the old stadium when they did it, but
Yeah, well, they tore that down back in the 80s.
yeah, man, I saw like a couple games there, and it was a real experience.
Oh, my grandpa took me there every weekend when the Bills were home. I met O.J. Simpson and everybody down there, man.
I go back to when Jackie Kemp was still quarterback.
Oh, yeah. We won those 2 AFL championships.
Yeah, that was great. That would have been strange. I was a Bills and Browns fan.
Yeah.
Because one was AFL, one was NFL. In '64, I would have been in my glory.
Yeah.
They would have had, if there had been a Super Bowl, that would have been one for the books.
Yeah, they beat San Diego 2 years in a row for the AFL championship game.
Yeah, that was that one time when Mike Stratton hit that guy so hard, Keith Lincoln.
Oh, yeah, shouted it around the world. That's what they called it.
This guy's good. I like this.
Yeah, he hit him like 10 yards in the field. He knocked him about 20 yards out of the field. He hit him so hard.
A little trivia. The Bills played their second game ever, and it was an inter-squad exhibition game in Erie.
Yeah.
And I still got the score. I still got the schedule from that game, but I never thought I'd be at this point. They'd still be around.
Yeah, but they used to come down every year to go down to Edinburgh and scrimmage at Cleveland every year. I don't know if they still do or not.
No, they used to have an agreement with Cleveland. That was a great game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay, so I gotta get running, Kaz. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah,
man.
sometimes we're in town. We got to get together.
I will. Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Hey, it's a good question. Why do we collect garbage at night? And I don't know.
Well, like he said, maybe traffic, but our traffic's not that.
Well, we've always done it that way. Even just never.
Well, just because we've always done it doesn't mean we.
I know. I go to other towns. I said,
Let's change it.
I'm amazed. They come in the daytime.
Yeah. Well, we can make changes, like you've said before. It's a new council, so you guys can come up with new ideas and try different things and see how it
That's
works.
probably more administrative. With council's okay.
Yeah.
You have to change the mindset. Like, pickups. Like, I'm riding around town.
Yeah.
There's couches everywhere.
Still.
Mattresses now.
There has to be a way to fix this. We just need to talk to the landlords.
Well, it comes down to people. People just don't. There was a comment made that it's because of poverty these things happen. I go, I don't believe that, because I remember poverty when I was a kid, and, you know, people still cut their grass.
Yeah.
They still took care of their house.
Yeah. Well, I still want to start that tool thing. I'm really, we still can't find a location, but if I could just get a building, if I had a location where we could actually centrally locate everything, I'd give people tools. We'd let people loan them, borrow the tools, bring them back, borrow
Somehow
something
we got to
else.
kick that off.
Yeah, I'm serious.
That's
That lady had a great idea. It's in my mind every time I come here, and I'm afraid she's going to call and berate me for not having started it, but I can't. I have nowhere to do it.
Maybe as a kicker, we need to get some money from the gambling thing.
That would be fantastic.
You know, get one of these Lowe's, Home Depot,
Yeah.
Value Home Center, donate some tools.
Yeah, we have to approach them, I think, near the end of the year so they can put it in their budgets for I mean, this would be a good time. I mean, anytime maybe in November, start talking to all the different hardware stores and say, hey, you guys ever have any tools and stuff you guys just want to donate?
What do you think of the urban garden concept?
Urban garden? Yes. I'm all about plants and growing things, and it's a lot better than lawn. I mean, a patch of lawn, okay, it looks clean, but why don't you grow something there that's useful? Yeah,
What's interesting is
I'm down with that.
some of the breweries want to grow like hops there.
Let them.
No, it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's fantastic. The more stuff you grow, the better. It's cheaper for you. Your
At least until
ingredients are
somebody wants to
cheaper.
develop the field or something, you know.
Yeah, but let somebody use it until it's really needed.
Wait, this is nothing new. Back when I was, when I was really young, and I don't even remember, I barely remember this.
Yeah.
But there was a time when you could go up on, like, 38th Street. 38th Street, up by Green Garden and stuff. And a lot of I know the Italians, a lot of those people had gardens up there. And they would either rent the land or it was on some kind of arrangement. But they would go up there and they grow things. Then they would sell them at the market house or use it themselves.
Yeah.
So it's not new. I mean,
I totally love the idea of community gardens. If you go down to Braddock, down right before Pittsburgh there, they have a huge community garden, and people can just go in and they can get what they want, and then they can help with it. They can, clean it up, water it, plant stuff, take care of it, and then get some vegetables and fruits and have them. I think it's a great idea. We should do it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
well, we already passed that new
Oh,
ordinance.
good. I knew it was in the paper. I didn't know
So what they're
happened
going to do,
after
they're working out the details now, how to,
Yeah.
where they're going to allow it.
Right.
Then it'll come back to council for an okay, which I think I see no problem in it.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, do you have any locations in mind?
Well, no, that's why they're trying to craft an ordinance that will determine where you can put it,
Yeah.
where you can't put it,
Yeah.
and, maybe size restrictions or,
I think that's great. I know people that anytime they can in their yard, they plant stuff. And even those the spots that you're responsible for, but you don't own it, those little islands in front of people's houses. I have friends that grow stuff in there too. I
this is
have
going
no
to be
problem
more
with it.
for, this could be for like commercial use too, so.
Well, yeah.
This is why they've never done this before, like,
Yeah.
where if the brewery comes in, they're going to use it in their products, so.
Sure.
That's more like commercial farming.
Well, it's okay though, as long as people are growing stuff. I think it's a good use of the land. Vegetables, fruits, living things. Yes.
So how's things over at Cat TV, going good?
Things are finally slowing down. It's been...
You guys had a good year, huh?
We had a good year. We really had a good year, and it sounds funny saying that, but yeah, the year's almost over. Things are slowing down. I'm catching up from the festivals. I got the city their Celebrate Erie DVD copies, and I'm getting caught up. Just finished up with the Labor Day Parade. I have to do some work on that. Some other projects going on.
I think we're almost done now with the festivals, right?
Well, we're done with ours. We're done with our festivals for the year. Now I can catch up and get ready for next year. It was kind of a
You
hectic
guys didn't
year.
do the tall ships, did you?
We did not do the tall ships, no. But I was there. I saw the duck. And that was cool. A very large duck. Did you know we had a large inflatable duck? It was like 89 feet
Some
tall
people
or
had fun
something.
with it when it was collapsed.
Oh, really?
They showed an air cannon shot from the Niagara.
I fell for that.
They photoshopped that.
I fell for that on Facebook. I was like, we shot the duck?
They don't put shot in the cannon.
I know. I didn't know that until somebody had to explain it to me.
It's not a real round.
I know. There's still stuff that comes out, but it's not likely to deflate the duck. I had no idea. I fell for it. And I started passing it on, and then word started spreading.
Yeah, see, we used to fire simulator rounds in Erie.
Yeah.
Up at the old fieldhouse site.
Yeah.
You see a huge artillery piece. Boom.
Yeah.
Simulator round, all of a sudden you got calls. They're firing artillery.
Nice.
And nobody ever saw it hit, though.
Right.
Because it was nothing.
It's always a blank. That's cool. Something we don't do anymore. Just one of those things that goes away.
Yeah, it's like when you see the, when they do the 1812 overture, those are just...
Oh, yeah. See, I just did it.
Hey, we got visitors.
We have visitors. Bye. Hi. I got nothing, really. Things are going well at CAT. We do have our annual meeting is coming up next month for our members and board members. I don't know. Seems like it's been a decent year. We're still kicking. Doing really good.
But, well, you know what? This is a time of year when things quiet down. We get ready for... I was actually in a store yesterday, and they had Christmas decorations already.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
No. I'm not good with that. I think that's a bad thing. We should not have Christmas stuff out so soon.
So I see a new brewery opened up in town. I see we're going to get a new clothing store.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's more for, I shouldn't say it because I don't know. It's opening up in the train station plaza down there. That
really next to Makerspace.
Yeah, pretty close to you.
That's where we are. Right.
Is it Iron Eagles or something going in there?
I think that's it. I've heard something about something Eagle, but yeah. So there's like the Habibi, and then there's like a hookah.
Well, that's a nice. It's nice that they got that. For years, that was all empty and run down.
Oh yeah. We're trying to keep up our side, but all the tenants on our side have left, and we're pretty much all that's there.
That's where the stuff that used to come in on a train got shipped out.
Yeah,
trucks would pull up there.
I've seen the tunnels underneath. I actually got to go through there once, and it was
pretty interesting.
Very interesting.
But see, where you were, that was all the trucks would pull up and they'd load them.
Yeah.
But Railway Express, they called it. It would come right to your house or your store.
Yeah. No, it's really a cool place over there. I like that building. It's a good place to be.
There's a big tunnel. You used to go to the post office too.
Yeah. All that stuff been filled in?
No, it's still there, probably closed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tunnels were so they could get up to the platforms.
Right. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's good when we see businesses coming, even little ones come in here.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need to get some more stuff here. We could use a nice big movie theater. Speaking of which, what are they doing with the West Erie Plaza? Since they tore the theater down and they're doing a lot of...
Yeah, they made some announcements. They're putting in a grocery store there.
A grocery store?
Yeah, but a European one. It's funny. This is what gets me mad. We got, there's been about 3 or 4 either planned or going in.
Yeah.
But none of them in the city. None of them at Grandview. They're in Harbor Creek, up at the mall area. Out West Erie Plaza, but nothing here.
What's the name of the place? It's not going to be World Market, is it?
It was.
I like World Market.
They had the name, and I didn't mark it down, but I'd recognize it. It wasn't that one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that place is pretty slick. Too bad.
World Market, is that...
There's just all sorts of stuff.
It's a little upscale, ain't it?
It's sort of, but some of the prices are decent. They got all sorts of different foods and stuff. And
we got to get...
beers. It's neat.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Kaz.
Yes.
Hey, I heard Popeyes was coming into town.
It's going to Harbor Creek first, and...
One in town they're going to have?
I heard initially, if I heard right, and I heard it was either in the paper or on TV, there's one going in Harbor Creek and one in Mill Creek, I think. And I don't know if they have any more plans. It would be nice if we got one, right?
Yes, it would.
I mean, wherever we I'm for business at any kind. We need some tax-paying entities. But yeah, right now I don't know, I don't even know who's bringing them in.
I don't know either.
I don't think it's Nick Scott, because...
No, I was just wondering.
Yeah, they said they're going in Harbor Creek first, and I thought they said Mill Creek. But...
They said the city, you know what I mean?
It would be nice, but so far I don't think we're getting one in the city yet.
Oh, okay.
But, what I find is when I go places, I always ask the manager, or I answer the surveys and tell them where I come from. And it'll be nice if you pull in our side of town, or sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Okay.
All right.
It's like Tim Hortons, we got a couple in the city, and that's good.
Yeah. But I think we need a larger diversity of businesses to come into the city proper. Everybody's going just outside the line.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, like where I live, there's a lot of restaurants, and they're mostly independent.
Yeah.
Which is good,
Sure. I just would like to know what we can do to attract more businesses to the city.
Well, you have to tell them, you got, in some cases, there are loans available.
Yeah.
There are tax exemption issues for a short term,
Right.
like LERTAs.
Right.
And just the willingness to go out there and promote some places and say, with numbers and say, look, in these areas there's a high volume of people. It's like I tried to sell this to Starbucks one time, where Tim Hortons moved in, and he kind of proved my theory.
Yeah.
Although that store on Pine Avenue is kind of small, could be bigger. He doesn't have the room, but you figure the volume of traffic of people coming into the city to go to work, heading back home down Pine Avenue, and then you put the college kids into the mix, and that place is loaded with kids.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of like a no-brainer for a Starbucks or a Tim Hortons.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Now, they got a Starbucks on campus, but it's not, the kind that'd be open to the public.
right.
But, yeah, that, there's a lot of businesses that could be, if you give them a location and say, hey, look at the traffic out here.
Yeah. We got numbers for all that, right? If you want to say, hey, we get this much foot traffic in this area.
What's that mean? Look at. Uh-oh.
So, I mean, we got numbers for that, right? Is there an office I could go to and say, how much traffic do we get at this point?
Well, the traffic engineer would keep certain, I don't know how long she keeps them,
Right.
but,
She's got something.
yeah, and you can just eyeballing it at certain times, if you're from the city, you know where the traffic is.
So, I mean, what's to say you and I don't go walk around the city or drive around the city, find a whole bunch of buildings that are ready to be taken over, and get the numbers from upstairs, and then take that information, put it in a spreadsheet, and pass it out.
And see, this is what economic development is supposed to be doing.
They
I don't know. You got people at the county, you got people in all these organizations.
Who checks up on them? Whose job is it to make sure that they're doing their thing?
Well, we check on ours, but we don't check on the county. But then you got these independent ones like the chamber and everybody else. And
that's another thing we got to do is get more things to work together.
I remember I was reading a story how Buffalo got Southwest Air. I think that's the one they got.
Yeah.
And it was a concerted effort. They bugged the heck out of them.
Well, we need to get somebody.
It's like, you brought up a movie theater. Think about this.
Yeah.
We don't have one on the east side of town.
Right.
There is land at various places.
There's land everywhere. There's buildings
would be nice
everywhere.
On East 38 somewhere.
Yeah.
Or in McClown Park or someplace.
Yeah. My suggestion is...
It wouldn't even have to be a big one like Tinseltown.
We get a person or a small group of people that are going to pull everything in and get this all this information in a spreadsheet, and then take those spreadsheets.
At one time, there was I had met Magic Johnson. Yeah, the Magic.
Is he really magic?
And he was, at the time, promoting minority businesses.
Yeah.
And the two that he was dealing with was a chain of movie theaters and Starbucks. And we did not have a Starbucks.
Yeah.
And I remember his comment when he spoke, he said, nobody has ever contacted me.
Yeah.
Meaning, I'm not saying you get it, but nobody asked.
Yeah.
So, he's going to come in and do a business plan.
Right.
And his model is that, it's going to be minority owned.
Yeah.
Great. I'd love to see a movie theater on this side of town, the east side or...
Yeah. As would I.
Or even the west side. I don't care. Somewhere in the city, an alternative. And with that...
Yep. We're done. Thank you for joining us today on Taxpayers Hotline. My name is
again
TJ.
Here next, same channel,
Same city time, same city channel.
Adios.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Taxpayers Hotline Show on Erie's own Government Access, Channel 9.